Hi, my friends. I'm Dr. Stephen Clark Bradley, and this is what I think. This is part 2 of what I was already working on today, and in my effort to get people to be enthused and excited to vote for President Trump for re-election. Very important. I was so thrilled. I'm going to do this in 2 or 3 parts because there's so much I want to talk about and so many things I'm thinking about, and this is what I think, right? So the thing that thrilled me the most is the convention wasn't about bigwig politicians or the powerful. It was about people just like you and me, people who have seen what's happened to them for good in the past 4 years, and talking about how bad things were in the previous 8 years under Obama. It's amazing. We heard from so many different kinds of people. We heard from factory owners in Ohio. We heard from small business people in Montana. We heard from fishermen, lobsterers in Maine. We heard from dairy farmers talking about her barn that was burnt down, and because all the different programs that Donald Trump has provided for farmers, she could build it back even better. Amazing. We heard from John Ponder, who got pardoned because of the great work he's doing with ex-offenders. And we heard about all the Americans who received citizenship. We even saw it take place where Donald Trump stood there and gave these citizens, these immigrants, citizenship. They become our brothers and sisters from many different places. All of us came from so many places. I have 6 different nationalities in my blood. Amazing. A lot of it is American Indian. So that's what makes us American. We heard from pro-life people who talk about how today Joe Biden is willing to kill children, little babies, unborn Americans, to kill them even up to the 9th month because mom and dad don't want them or because they have a little problem. That's what we heard about, and how they're fighting against it, how silent battles that they fight. They don't get great glory. They don't get heard from very much, but they're doing great things for America, and Donald Trump is a catalyst for these things. He's a catalyst for freedom. He's a catalyst for liberty. He's a catalyst for creativity. He's a catalyst for growth and for the preservation of the republic. Very important. It's been an amazing week. Compared to the Democrats, that was a sleep fest. You could have had a sleep test during the Democrat convention. And all they did was, as I said before, talk about 3 things. 1, they hate Donald Trump. 2, they're going to raise your taxes. And 3, America is a racist country. Do you believe that? I don't believe that's a racist country. I think we all have the tendency we can be racist because we're fallen creatures. We're not perfect. But America has done so much to fix the mistakes of the past and to make us a more perfect union. It's so important. What do the Democrats want for us? We've seen what Donald Trump has done, and he said he's even going to cut taxes even further and make our lives easier and find many different ways to make a better life so that we can produce the life that we want, not give it to us. We have to earn it. The Democrats say they want to give you a good life. No, they want to tell you what they want your life to be, where you're going to live, what kind of car you're going to drive, where you can study, what you can eat. They want to control everything about you. You can believe it. When the government runs the economy, it doesn't run it. It ruins it. It will ruin your life if Joe Biden wins. For example, I've written down here some points that I think will happen if Joe Biden wins the presidency. They want to keep us quiet and to decide what kind of life we should have. I will not be quiet. I spent 9 years in China, and I watched how the Chinese people are terrified of their government. The government kind of buys them off with money and with trinkets, but they're terrified. I've often told them, if I were Chinese with my personality that I have, I'd be dead for sure. Because I would not be quiet. I would fight them. I would go to battle with them. We saw this Chinese man, blind, and how he was reading with Braille. He's a brilliant man. How he was so grateful to be out of China and telling the truth about the Chinese Communist Party, the CCP. I saw it firsthand. I lived it. And I know what they can do. And I know how evil communism is. And believe me, Joe Biden is not a nice man. And you know who's even worse? Is his boss, Bernie Sanders and AOC. They hate America. Lenin said, the goal of socialism is communism. That's what they want. That's what will come. The Democrats want to tell you where you can work, what kind of job you can have, and how much money you can make. They want to tell your kids where you can put your kids in school, and they want to know how much tax you can pay. I mean, beyond the limit. They're going to tax us to death if they win. $4 trillion just to start with. They want to raise our taxes. We can't let it happen. They want to make you dependent on the government. You know, think about it. They will tax your job away, and then they will give you a government check. Why? Dependency. They want to make you dependent on the government. They want to make you not look to your future of what you can earn, what you can create, what you can have with individual and your own liberty. They want to give it to you. That way you have to depend on them for everything. And once they got you, you'll never get away. The Bible says the borrower is the slave of the lender. Think about it. You know, in China, when you get paid, the Chinese philosophy of communism, and everywhere communism exists, is that the money you get is not your money. That's the government's money. And they let you use it. Think about it. That's what it is. In America, that's your money. They don't believe in private property. You know, we got these Black Lives hoodlums walking around to people's houses and say, get out of that house. You don't have a right to private property. I mean, that's BS, man. That's my place. And we saw the couple from St. Louis who were out there with their guns protecting their private property. And like they said, not one of them who invaded their own private property was arrested. But they got charged. See, now the government doesn't protect the good people from the criminals. Now it protects the criminals from the good people. That's the life that we'll have all over the country. It's just unbelievable. They even want to tell us what kind of foods we can eat. And they want to defund our police. Can we see what would have happened to Rand Paul last night and the others as they left the White House if the police had not been there? They saved their lives. Even Rand Paul said the police saved our lives. He was with his wife. And they were pushing them, chasing them. And the police protected them. But they want to defund our police. We don't need to defund our police. We need to pay them better. We need to train them better. Give them better equipment. No defunding the police. We need to give them more. It's very important. And they want to take away your guns. As I've said before, the first rule of a dictator to gain authority over its people is to take away their ability to defend themselves. That's what the Democrats want. They want to take away your ability and my ability to defend myself. This is going to be a choice. No one is forcing this upon us. If this comes to America, it's because you, won't be me. That's why I say you. I know where I'm going, how I'm going to vote. I've already made my choice. But if this comes, it's going to be because people just like you voted to commit suicide, to lose your rights to free speech, to lose your right to self-defense, to lose your right in every way to a burgeoning, bloated, ugly, totalitarian government that will arrive. And you can believe when they get in office, if they gain both houses and the presidency, they will put these laws in so fast. And then they will increase the number of Supreme Court justices, which they can do because the Supreme Court does not forbid that. Excuse me, the Constitution does not forbid that. And then they can have it so even if they're voted out, we will never be able to get rid of it. In other words, America will die. It's our choice. And they want to have abortion at every point, to be able to kill our children with impunity. Think about it. This is our choice. It's really up to us. No one's forcing this upon us. If America gets that, then we will deserve everything that will come our way because we asked for it. Think about it. Did you notice that Joe Biden didn't say a word about his agenda? But like Donald Trump said last night, that doesn't mean he doesn't have one. And Donald Trump last night went through the manifesto between him and Bernie Sanders that they've agreed to. And he listed one by one by one by one all the things that they're going to do that will lead to a totally socialist society. This is the most important election that we've ever had. The most important one. There'll never be an election more important than this one. Not only do we need to re-elect Donald Trump, we have to keep the majority in the Senate, and we have to gain the majority in the House. And then we can retire Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and all these evil, un-American people who are running us. Ilhan Omar. Think about it. What will happen if we get more people like her? the squad, AOC, these will be the leaders that will dictate your future. Think about it. So this is what we have before us. We have the power. I hope we have the wisdom as the American people to say no. Alexander Hamilton wisely told some people when they were saying that the government needed to be more powerful and pass laws like this or like that. And he stood up. Alexander Hamilton said, "Here, sir, the people govern. Right now, you and I govern." Donald Trump is out there asking for our vote because he knows we govern. If we don't like what they do over the term that we vote them into, we govern, and we take them out during the next election. If these people are elected, you won't govern anymore. But with Donald Trump re-elected, he's given government and power back to the people. It's America first. With Joe Biden, it's America last. Or America never, because America will cease to exist. The only way they can pass these things is to get rid of the Constitution. We can't let that happen. We can't let them get rid of the Constitution. We got to live by it, obey it. So, Dan Scavino also said, I like this guy. He's a real man. He said, in 2016, we navigated our way through the swamp, and we found our way through the fog, and we elected Donald Trump president of the United States. In 2020, the fog and the swamp is really so thick still. Donald Trump did a lot to end it, but it's still there. We've seen what they did to him. They sought to impeach him on absolutely no grounds and made his life. And think about it, everything this man went through and still what he accomplished for the American people. But I like what Ivanka said too. She said, Washington, D.C. did not change Donald Trump. President Donald Trump changed Washington, D.C. But change is not over. There's still so much to go forward. Still so much to be done. Will we maintain our freedom, our liberty, our passion for freedom, our prosperity? Or will we vote for destruction, death, and end the American dream forever? It's up to us. And I believe we'll do the right thing because we're smart and we love America. And I love you. God bless you all. Make sure you vote for Donald Trump.